Imagine a world where rigid etiquette clashes, well, head-on with untamed charm and boundless wealth. Picture an expert in proper manners, someone dedicated to refining the world, suddenly thrown into the path of a self-proclaimed playboy billionaire, one who thrives on pushing every boundary imaginable. What happens when these two dynamic forces collide, not just once, but like repeatedly, each encounter sparking something deeper, unpredictable?
It really is the perfect setup for a narrative that defies expectations. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Our mission is to really immerse ourselves in Brenda Jackson's novel, Hidden Pleasures. We're going to peel back the layers of a story that challenges our preconceived notions about love, about family, and about the surprising ways people grow.
Yeah, unpacking that intricate dance between two incredibly different individuals, following the twists and turns that reveal, a depth of character you just wouldn't expect initially.
Exactly. And to guide us, our source material gives us this really detailed account of Brittany Thrasher, the sharp CEO of Etiquette Matters, her mobile etiquette school, and Galen Steele. Now, Galen isn't just a successful video game guy. He's one of the infamous Bad News Steels from Phoenix.
Yes, the Bad News Steels. And trust me, you'll soon understand why that family name is such a key piece of this whole thing. So let's start at the beginning, that first kind of explosive collision.
Okay, so we open in New York City. Galen Steele, he's 34, multi-billionaire video game mogul, and he's in an absolute rush.
Totally stressed.
Totally. He's running super late for his cousin Donovan's wedding. And the delay. He casually says it was a booty call with someone he barely remembers.
Oh, wow. Classy.
Right. It immediately tells you something about his world. His family, especially his dad, Drew Steele, has this legendary reputation for womanizing.
Passed down the line, it seems.
It really seems so. Passed down to Galen and his 5 brothers, Tyson, Eli, Jonas, Mercury, and Gannon. Collectively, they're known as the Bad News Steels.
That name says it all, doesn't it?
It does. It suggests a certain swagger, maybe, a disregard for the usual rules.
And Galen's living right up to it here, tearing through the Ritz-Carlton lobby, desperate for a cab. He bursts out, sees one pulling up.
And just takes it.
Just hijacks it.
Without a second thought.
But the thing is, this wasn't just any cab.
No. This was Brittany Thrasher's cab, the CEO of Etiquette Matters, waiting patiently.
You can just picture her face. An etiquette expert faced with this blatant rudeness. And get this, his pants are unzipped.
Oh, come on.
I know. She is understandably furious, instantly labels him a jerk who needs manners. Badly. It's like the ultimate insult to her whole profession.
But what's really fascinating here is Galen's reaction to her. Despite her anger, despite his own chaos, he's completely captivated.
Really? Even then?
Yeah. He describes her as gut-grippingly beautiful. He specifically notices her caramel-colored eyes and 2 luscious lips. That's his phrase.
Wow.
She makes such an impression he can't shake her.
Wait.
Later, when his brothers ask why he was late, he first jokes about a foursome. Typical Steele deflection, maybe.
Sounds like it.
But then he admits he was delayed by the one who got away. For Galen, Mr. Casual Flings, this brief, very contentious encounter clearly hit different. It suggests maybe Brittany woke something up in him.
Yeah, quite the dynamic. She sees jerk, he sees the one who got away. Okay, so fast forward. Brittany's back in Tampa, still annoyed about the rudest man. But then life throws her a major curveball.
A huge one. She gets this mysterious letter from Phoenix. It leads to lawyers. And then, the big reveal. She discovers her birth mother, Gloria McIntyre.
Who she never knew.
Never knew. And tragically, Gloria died young, at 44, from ovarian cancer.
Oh, that's awful.
It is. And here's a key part. Gloria was a librarian, diagnosed 5 years before she died. And she used that time and her savings for one thing, finding Brittany.
Wow. That's dedication.
Incredible dedication. And she left Brittany something tangible, her family home in Phoenix.
Yeah.
For Brittany, this house isn't just bricks and mortar.
No, it's everything. It's connection.
Exactly. A symbolic anchor to a past she never knew. Her own childhood was, well, the opposite. Given up at birth by Gloria, who was only 16.
See, so young.
So young. Brittany bounced between foster homes, never finding a permanent family. A really unstable background. Plus, she had childhood birth defects. Crooked fingers, turned-in feet needing braces.
Oh, bless her.
And she actually believed that's why she was never adopted, which is just heartbreaking.
It really is. So this house, it's not just about her mother. It's about maybe finally having roots, a sense of belonging she's craved.
Precisely. A piece of her identity. But because this story loves twists,
Yeah.
There's a massive catch.
Of course there is.
The house comes with a huge tax laden, nearly $70,000,
Okay.
and it's about to be auctioned off.
No, just as she finds it.
Just as she finds it, it might be snatched away. The emotional stakes are incredibly high for her.
You can only imagine. So she has to go to Phoenix, right? For the auction.
She does, determined to save this link to her mother. And while she's there, another unexpected reunion happens.
Not Galen again. Not yet.
Not yet. Her childhood best friend, Nikki Cartwright. Turns out Nikki's living in Phoenix now, working as a freelance photographer.
Oh, that's nice. A friendly face.
A much-needed friendly face.
Yeah.
But then, guess who else shows up at the very same auction?
Okay, now it's Galen.
Now it's Galen Steele, his plan. He's there to bid on a vintage 1969 Chevelle muscle car for his collection.
So, totally different reasons. He has no idea Brittany's there for the house.
No idea. The stage is just perfectly set for them to collide again, but with much, much bigger consequences this time.
Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting. Galen, just hanging around, overhears Brittany talking to Nikki.
Yeah, he picks up on how incredibly important this house is to her. Not just property, but like her history, her mother's love.
Does he hear about her past?
He does. He hears a bit about a trauma she experienced when she was 13 involving someone called Mr. Ponder. It clearly registers with him. And then
Who's she?
he overhears these two businessmen plotting. They want the property, 10 acres, not for the house, but to tear it down and build a hotel.
Ugh. Just for the land.
Exactly. And this is pivotal because Galen, we've seen the playboy, right? The car collector. But hearing Brittany's story, hearing her vulnerability, seeing what this house means, something just clicks.
He changes his mind.
Completely. The Chevelle. Forgotten. He decides right then and there to, quote, rescue the damsel in distress.
Wow.
Seriously. He jumps into the bidding and deliberately outbids the developers. Gets the house for $200,000, way, way over the tax lien amount.
That's incredibly generous. Almost out of character, based on what we know.
It is. It shows there's more under that bad news Steele surface. Maybe some empathy kicking in. Perhaps those Eden Steele genes. He mentions later his mother's influence.
Okay, so he saves the house. But knowing Galen, there's got to be more to it.
Oh, there is. There's always a twist with this deal, right? He reveals himself to Brittany, who's obviously stunned, probably relieved, but confused.
Totally reeling.
And he makes his offer. He'll sign the house over to her, free and clear.
If.
The big if. If she agrees to spend 1 week living with him. Entirely on his terms.
No way.
Yes, way. And his reason. He says it's so she can teach him manners.
Oh, that is cheeky. Calling back to the taxi incident.
Exactly. It's outrageous, audacious, but also kind of brilliantly designed to get under her skin, maybe, and intrigue her.
Definitely intriguing. What does she do? That's a huge dilemma.
It's massive. She talks it over with Nikki, and Nikki gives her some interesting context about the Steeles.
The reputation stuff.
Yeah. Confirms they're known as hardcore womanizers, but also apparently exceptionally skilled lovers.
Okay. Where is Nikki going with this?
Well, Nikki knows about Brittany's past trauma and her issues with intimacy, her low libido. And she suggests, maybe, just maybe, Galen could be the one to unlock Brittany's hidden pleasures, help her heal those old wounds.
Wow, that's a bold suggestion. Using a playboy for therapy.
It sounds crazy, right?
Yeah.
But Brittany, this woman of rules and decorum, she sees it, not just as a way to get her mother's house, but as a chance for real personal growth.
A chance to maybe reclaim something she lost?
Exactly. To explore parts of herself she's kept locked away. So she views the week as sort of therapeutic, a calculated risk, and she accepts.
That takes guts. Serious guts.
It really does. But here's something amazing, revealing Galen's side. Even before Brittany accepts his crazy offer.
Yeah.
He's already told his lawyer brother Eli to draw up the deed. To transfer the house to Brittany, no strings attached yet.
Wait, really? Before she even said yes to the week?
Yes. He admits to Eli, yeah, he wants her in his bed. That's the Steele genes talking. But he also says his compassion, his urge to protect her, that comes from his Eden Steele genes, his mom.
So it wasn't just about the sex, even then. He genuinely cared.
It seems like it. It shows his intentions were maybe more complex, more honorable than his proposition sounded. He was already invested in her well-being.
Okay, so she moves into his place, this huge Tuscan-style mansion, and the manners lessons begin.
They do. She starts pointing out his terrible cell phone habits, using toothpicks in public.
The little things.
The little things that drive an etiquette expert mad. Galen, meanwhile, he's this super successful game designer, SID Corporation. Time capsule, wild card, that's him.
Right, big deal.
Yeah. And he initially finds her primness kind of amusing.
Yeah.
A challenge. But underneath, you can tell he's increasingly drawn to her. Her smarts, her strength.
It's not just a game to him anymore.
Doesn't seem like it.
Hmm.
And as you'd expect, the tension is immediate. Leads to some pretty passionate kisses pretty quickly.
But what about Brittany, given her past?
That's the crucial part. Despite her history, despite her reservations, she finds herself genuinely aroused by Galen. Their first night together. The source describes it as intensely pleasurable for her.
Really?
Yes, leading to her first orgasm ever.
Wow. That is huge for her. Monumental.
Absolutely. It's not just physical. It's this massive step in her healing, confirming Nikki's whole hidden pleasures idea. It's like she's reclaiming her own body, her sensuality.
And Galen?
He's apparently mesmerized. He's discovering a connection with her that's deeper than anything he's known.
So things are getting serious. But the past isn't done yet, is it?
Not quite. During the week, Brittany spends time at her mother's house, the one Galen saved for her. And there, she finds something else. Gloria McIntyre's journal.
Oh, wow. The mother's own words.
Exactly. And reading it, she finally learns the full story. Her mother's deep love, the tragic drowning of her father, Britain, when he was just 18.
So young.
Heartbreaking. And the pressure Gloria faced from her own parents to have an abortion. Why she gave Brittany up, not abandonment, but this desperate hope she'd go to a loving family.
That changes everything for Brittany, doesn't it?
Completely. And she learns her mother searched for her right up until she died. It replaces that old narrative of being unwanted with the truth of her mother's love and sacrifice.
What does she do with all this emotion?
Well, Galen gets worried when she doesn't come back from the house, doesn't answer her phone. He finds her there just crying, and the dam breaks.
She tells him everything.
Everything. The foster homes, the birth defects, the adoption struggles, the Mr. Ponder trauma, her mother's story, her intimacy issues, all of it.
How does Galen react? This is heavy stuff.
He doesn't flinch. He just holds her, comforts her. And in that moment, holding her, hearing her truth, he realizes he's fallen hopelessly in love with her.
Hopelessly in love, Mr. Never Get Married.
The very same.
Yeah.
A total shock to his system, but undeniable. His transformation is, like, complete.
So what happens next? Does he tell her?
Not immediately. But shortly after, his brothers show up. The bad news Steeles descend, curious about the woman who snagged their bachelor brother.
The cavalry arrives?
Pretty much. Galen's already told him he's in love, and now he announces he's going to marry her. He even compares his feelings to their parents' legendary love story, Drew and Eden Steele.
High praise from a Steele. How does Brittany handle meeting the infamous brothers?
She overhears them talking. Apparently they speak German sometimes.
German. Okay, random.
Right. But despite their rep, they're warm and welcoming to her, which must have meant the world to Brittany, who's always wanted a family.
That's huge. A real acceptance.
Definitely. And then comes the biggest step yet. Galen takes her to his parents' weekly Thursday dinner.
The sacred Thursday dinner. He's never brought anyone before, right?
Never. This is major. And his parents, Drew and Eden, they treat her like a daughter instantly. No questions asked, just warmth.
She must have been overwhelmed. In a good way.
You have to think so. And after dinner, Galen lays it all out for her. The real truth.
Okay, the big confession.
He tells her he's loved her since New York, since the cab incident. Admits he'd already signed the house over before she agreed to the week.
Wow. He comes clean about everything.
Everything. Says the manners thing was just a desperate excuse to be near her because he wanted her so badly. And then he proposes marriage.
And she says...
She admits she loves him too, and joyfully accepts. He promises a special ring, designed by Zion, the First Lady's jeweler, no less.
Go big or go home, right? What a turnaround.
A complete, beautiful turnaround. 4 months later, they get married.
Where? At his mansion?
No, get this. They marry at her mother's house in Phoenix.
Oh, that's perfect. Full circle. Honoring her past as they start their future.
Exactly. Surrounded by all the Steeles. Nikki's her bridesmaid, and Galen's dad, Drew, is his best man.
That's lovely. And any wedding gifts?
The best one. Brittany, with help from Galen's brothers, surprises him with...
Let me guess. The Chevelle.
The 1969 Chevelle. The car he originally went to the auction for.
Oh, that's brilliant. It shows she totally gets him, too.
It really does. A perfect symbol of their journey. Galen promises her pleasures will never be hidden again, and she promises to keep working on his manners.
Huh. Love it. Their unlikely beginning led to something really profound.
It really did. What an incredible journey we've taken into hidden pleasures, huh? This deep dive really shows how a quest for just a connection to the past unfolded into self-discovery, healing, and this, well, completely unexpected love story.
Yeah, it really highlights the power of empathy, doesn't it? And the strength you can find in family, even newly found family, and how understanding your past really paves the way for the future.
Absolutely. And for you, our listener, this story, with all its, vivid details, it's a great reminder that sometimes the most important hidden pleasures aren't just physical.
Right, they're emotional. That feeling of being truly seen, understood, loved for exactly who you are, past, present, all of it.
It really suggests that even in relationships that start off, well, weirdly, transactional, confrontational even, deeper connections can absolutely emerge. Things that challenge how you first saw things and open you up to stuff you never imagined.
So, as you think about this story, maybe consider this. In your own life, what seemingly tough or just inconvenient encounters might actually be the universe kind of setting the stage?
Yeah, setting the stage for a big personal revelation maybe, or an unexpected connection that could, change everything. What hidden pleasures might be out there waiting for you to uncover?